Welcome to the Newsfeed. One worker is testing the state's Department of Labor and Industry's authority to enforce rest break laws.
It's devastating, infuriating, frustrating, so many words, that they refuse for whatever reason. They say that it's not in their realm, but it is. It's the law. L&I should be the ones enforcing it.
Kes Judiski lost his job at Skillet after he spoke out about missing state-mandated rest periods, even after winning a $10,000 settlement from the restaurant chain for retaliation. He says he's still waiting for L&I to act on his missed break complaint. Reporter Liz Giordano has more on this case.
A few months after Judiski began working at the Skillet location in South Lake Union, he said the company cut back on staff, resulting in workers missing breaks, which he and others brought up to management.
And their response to that was to give us our breaks, but to cut back on our hours, with the ultimate goal to take us off the schedule and not tell us about that until we were up.
After filing a complaint with L&I, he received a letter that said the agency didn't have the authority to cite an employer for violating rest break rules. L&I then closed the complaint. Judiski eventually got help from Seattle University's Worker Law Clinic, which offers free consultations for low-wage workers. He's now on his third set of law students, which includes Sydney Smith. They're arguing that L&I has the authority to act over missed breaks because ultimately it's violating minimum wage provisions if they aren't compensated.
That is a wage issue because the employer is getting 15 minutes of work that they are not supposed to be getting from their employee, and the employee is working 15 minutes that they are not supposed to be working. So it's free labor, which the employer should be compensating the employee for.
In March 2022, law students got L&I to reopen the complaint and add a retaliation charge.
It was about a month later that I got the call saying that they would look into it. And that finally I would get some sort of vindication for the emotional distress that they put me through. Just to take me off the schedule without even talking to me. That's just not the way to treat people. And that's why it's important to me that L&I investigates this, because I don't want other people to go through what I'm going through. And they are going through it. And they're going to continue going through it until L&I puts their foot down.
At one time, the Skillet Group had as many as 5 locations in the Seattle area. 2 remain open, one here at the Seattle Center, the other at SeaTac Airport. The company has a history of wage theft allegations that result in settlements. In December 2023, a City of Seattle investigation collected $318,000 for 181 workers. And earlier this year, the owner settled a private class action suit with workers. The amount has not yet been made public. The company's owner, Greg Petrillo, said the company never agreed that Judiski was retaliated against, but that, quote, L&I found otherwise, and we complied with their judgment. Petrillo also said in a statement to Cascade PBS that Judiski received meal breaks. An L&I spokesperson said under current state law, they believe the agency doesn't have the authority to investigate or penalize companies for missed rest breaks. Instead, they just work to resolve it through education and outreach to the employer. Even after receiving the retaliation settlement, Judiski is determined to keep his case going to push L&I into enforcing rest break laws. He says he's waiting on a formal decision from L&I so he can start the appeals process.
I got the settlement, and I feel that I've got my money, but it's important to continue pursuing this with L&I so people don't get hurt. There's nobody looking out for the little guy.
I'm Liz Giordano, Cascade PBS.
I'm Paris Jackson. Thank you for watching the Newsfeed, your destination for nonprofit Northwest news. Go to cascadepbs.org for more.